Okay, welcome to the weekly review for NASDAQ delivery for second week of March 2026. An amazing week. I had banger trades the whole week. I did not trade, I think, on Thursday and on Tuesday, but when I was making it, I made sure that I still show you what I saw in hindsight. That is good because when we see those kind of moves, and if they occur again, we can catch them. So let's get into the charts. As always, we first go into the daily chart first. And what do we see in daily chart? This is the week we will be talking about. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And this is the new week open Sunday. Now, looking at the all of these weeks since February, we had a big dump in the start of February, and then we have been consolidating in this range. And then in March 9, second week of March, we had some low level move over here, and then we came back. Now we have a daily fair value gap over this area right here. I expect Monday to be bullish, to go tap this fair value gap, but since overall I am bearish, I would like to see rejection on this area, maybe touch this gap over here, and then go down towards 24,000. See, it just touched it and went back. So that's what I'm anticipating for the upcoming week. Now let's go back to the previous week that we had, and then we will go through the hourly chart, talking about it in 5-minute chart and then 1-minute chart. On the hourly chart of NASDAQ, we see when we opened on Monday, we have been just moving up. We inverse this important fair value gap, and then we inverse this important fair value gap, and at the end we closed over here, tapping into this important fair value gap. Now, if you remember, these are the same fair value gaps that we used on the first week of February, and it's been the 6th week that we are still using those. And they provide opportunities day in, day out, every day. Let's go. This is the move that we played, and let's see what we did. On a 5-minute chart, we see that the Sunday opened a big gap, and NQ created an Asia high right over here in the new week opening gap, and so it's a suspect high because the gaps are a big drawn liquidity, and whatever high is made in those kind of things, a new week opening gap or a new day opening gap, regular opening gap, those highs are suspects, or even lows, the highs or lows, whichever. They're suspect highs and lows, and we anticipate that they will be targeted next. So we took out previous week low and previous month low, which would technically made us bullish for that day. And let's see how it went through. Look at this. We open on Monday, we go up, take out Asia high, make out London low, take out London high again, see a 50% retracement of this range, and then take out this high over here, which not a significant high, but we went into that important hourly fair value gap that we mentioned. Let's go to 1-minute chart. On this day I traded, and I posted it on Instagram as well. So we had these lows lingering around over here just before this fair value gap over here, and they look too good to be left alone, which I mentioned over here. 9:30 opens, we take out London high. Now at this point, even though I'm bullish, I'm still bearish towards these lows over here, and I would like to see NASDAQ take these lows and then go up. Now why do we do that? Now you have to understand that if smart money wants to long, they want to long by taking out sell stops of other people. Now if they want to long, they would take out sell stop. If they want to short, they will take out buy stops. We have been accumulating. Look at this area. This is accumulation. I mentioned it over here. We have been accumulating throughout Monday morning session after London, and then manipulation happens, taking out London high. At this point, if we see rejection here and we go down over here, I anticipate that these lows will be taken out. Now there is another reason why I would think that is because if I am bullish on the day, I want smart money to long below midnight open. So we are currently above midnight open, and I would anticipate smart money to come down, take out these lows. They are below midnight open, and they would target the highs later. So that's why I was bearish on this move, and I took this trade, which I posted. And then after taking out these lows over here, I had this fair value gap. This was a 1 minute fair value gap that was open in 0.79 of the range, and I thought that it will come back to this place and we will target this midpoint of first presented fair value gap, and I took this trade as well. I posted it on Instagram. So these were the two trades that I had on Monday. Let's go to Monday afternoon. Now, I don't usually add afternoon, but I just saw a setup in hindsight and I wanted to talk about it. Now, you would see that around this time, after the lunch high was made, we have been going down and down and down. And right before the next macro at 145 to 215 macro, we take out London low, lunch low over here. We take that out, we inverse the fair value gap. Now, if I was sitting on the charts, I would have taken this setup over here. This was the fair value gap that was inversed, or more precisely, it's a suspension block. And then we inverse that and target the lunch high. Now, I would not like to wait that long, but it happened eventually. Again, and next thing is that in the next macro between the 3 and 315, 245 to 315, we see that it comes back to this fair value gap over here. This is the first fair value gap after this one, which was inversed, and I would anticipate price to come back in range over there and then go up. And if you wanted to trade the lost macro of the hour, this would be a good setup to trade. Now, I have posted macro on close demonstration on this page before as well. If you like them, you go back, look at them, and there were like 5 demonstrations, I believe, and they are all amazing. There's a huge volatility injection inside of NASDAQ when there is a macro on close. So yeah, you could have traded there. Let's go to the next day. This is Tuesday, 1 hour. Okay, Tuesday, whenever is looks more like a consolidation, we take our previous day high in this fair value gap and we move up and down and over here, and then we tap over this 1 hour fair value gap, which is right before previous week high. Now, I would anticipate a SMT made where ES would take out this previous week high and then we can dump. Okay, on a 5-minute chart, Tuesday opens and slowly struggles to go up, signaling a consolidation after a big Monday. We go up, we make a London low, took out Asia high, took out previous day high into that important fair value gap. Nasdaq took out the previous day high in an important 1 hour fair value gap after inversing the previous important fair value gaps, which were below here. So that would just make me bullish for the time being, and I would like to take out London high. So it's one after the other. If we have taken out Asia high, right, my next target would be what? Asia low. But Asia low is too far down here. So next thing is, if we take out London high or London low, we will target the opposite. Here we have taken out London low, and I would like to target London high. So that is something that I go by normally. So at this point, I am bullish towards London high, and if it wants to take out Asia low, I would want it to take out Asia low after we take out London high. This is the whole idea. And we also made all day equal lows over here. High of the day was made again in that important hourly fair value gap. Overall, from the open, it was clear that it would be a consolidating day. Now, we have all these highs over here before London high, and I am very bullish on that. And we have 9:30 open manipulate into this new week opening gap, which is a Judas Singh. We go down, close this gap over here. There is one untapped gap over here. I see that before my micro time, we make another low, which is a relative equal low to this one. And I entered on this one targeting this opening gap, which we did. But then I waited again. Now I waited for it to come back here into this new week opening gap. I don't anticipate it taking this low, but I would have loved that, because when we take those lows out, it gives us a better chance of not reversing later. So I saw this move. I wanted it to be in this gray area, which is the new day opening gap. We are in this open fair value gap. You see the bodies over here? They stop just before that. They do not go there. Now, this is a sign that the algorithm does not want to go down there. We make this low, we come back, make a high, and then make another low. Why did not I enter here? Because we have not inversed a fair value gap yet. So there is our fair value gap that was inversed when we went up there. We had a change in state of delivery, taking out this near low over here, and then we enter, and then we target London high. This was the perfect trade for the day. I did not take it. I'm just talking about hindsight. If I was on the charts, I would have taken this trade. So that's what happened. Now Wednesday come along. Wednesday was a good day. We had CPI on Wednesday. So you can see we did not take out the previous week high. I think daily ES, YM, even, okay, ES did not take it either, I guess, because it does not show me here. Now we have over here, we take out this high and this fair value gap, and then we go towards previous day low. Wednesday open low, we make Asia low, and then we take it over here. We have Asia high right over here. We have these smooth highs, which is London high over here, and then London high was taken by CPI over here. Now, if you were at 8:30, you were on the charts, you would understand what is happening over here, and I will explain it in a minute. Let's talk about it here for a second, and then when we go down to a 1 minute chart, I'll tell you why I took a trade and why it makes sense to me. Now we make a low just before London low over here, which is an engineer low. We all know that. We Whenever a low is made before an important key low or a high, we want it to be taken before 9:30. At this point, Asia high is valid, target, and then we can target London low. Again, the same idea over here. We took out Asia low first, right? And then we took out London high. So that means if we took this one out, we want to take Asia high first and then London low. The same thing I talked about in the previous day. Okay. Now there is a lot of setups here, and I would explain why there are so many setups, because it was a good day and it presented a lot of opportunities, out of which I took two of them. First one was this. If you were here before 8:30, then CPI move would have made this move predictable. Why? Because we took a London high, we made a data high, we went back in range, made an engineer high, and inversed here. I would like to target this data high over here, and that's what happened. It took those out. Now I did not trade this, but the second trade that is this one, I traded this one. After 9:30 open, we come back in range, 50% of the range, and then we go back, tapping this auto block over here, and then inverse fair value gap. I entered here, taking out Asia high. This was the obvious target, obvious trade of the day. Now then we inverse this big fair value gap over here, right there, and then I had this wick. That was a big rejection wick over here. I had made the 50% of the range over here, and I wanted the bodies. You look at these bodies, oh my god, you cannot get better than this. These bodies are stopping at 0.5 of the range, and I entered over here, putting my stop above this area, and then targeting London lows. I posted this trade on Instagram. I actually took this trade. I got filled up until here, and then I got stopped out in the first presented fair value gap, because I was not expecting that much of a retracement, so I got stopped out. So if I wanted to, I did not have any time, but if I wanted to, I could have entered here again and then targeted London lows again, because I was bearish at that moment. Yeah, that was Wednesday. It was an amazing day. So then comes Thursday. I did not trade on Thursday, but Thursday did present some good opportunities. And we'll talk about it in hindsight. Thursday opens high, goes into this open fair value gap, dumps, takes out previous day low, and then consolidates. On a 5-minute chart, we see that Thursday open high over here. You can see we make London high, we make an equal high next to London high, and then we take it out at 8 a.m. and then we dump, take out London low. We took out London high, take out London low. We did not take at Asia high, so that's an important thing to note. And then we have 9:30 open. Now, if we want to take the previous day low over here and we want to stay above 9:30 open, midnight open, so we can do a short over here. At a 1 minute chart, we took out this low, we go up, take out these equal highs over here, and then we stop around this area. We see a lot of rejection. You see these VIX stopping over here. It does not want to go up. We come down, we inverse this fair value gap, we inverse this fair value gap, and this is the first presented fair value gap, so it's more important. And I would enter on this candle close, putting my stop above this candle high, and then target the previous day low and of course the open new week opening gap. Now, I did not put anything on this chart because first of all, there was nothing for so to tell what to do here, and then I did not also take this trade, so it's just hindsight talking on Thursday if you were interested. Let's go to Friday, the day of the week, which was the amazing. It has an amazing delivery. I loved it. I took 2 trades and they were bangers. On Friday, we take our previous day low, go up, tap into this hourly fair value gap, which also fills this open fair value gap, and then we go down, taking out this low that was made, and that's how we end the day in consolidation in that important hourly fair value gap. On a 5 minute chart, we have open low, take out previous day low, we go up, take out Asia London high, Asia high, of course, then we take London low and then Asia low, right? We make, what is this, after 9:30 NQ taps into 1 hour CB, which is this important fair value gap. We see rejection from that. Now, these important fair value gaps that I have on the chart, these 1 hour CBs and BCs, if we do not see any rejection on these, we want to take a continuation trade, and if we see rejection on these areas, we want to take reversal trades. Now here, as you can see, we see rejection, and then it would be a good trade towards the downside. Let's go down to 1 minute chart. We had these lows over here, smooth lows. We took those out after 9:30 open. There were relative equal highs, and this was an engineered high. So when we inverse this fair value gap, first presented fair value gap, I wanted to long over here and took out those relative equal highs. This was the first trade that I took and I posted it. Now, the second trade was the obvious trade of the day, which was that we went up, took out these relative equal highs, and we tapped into an hourly fair value gap, which show us rejection, and the candle stopped before it. We go back up, touch this rejection block. We do not touch this 1 hour fair value gap. Go down and inverse it again. And I entered on this inversion. I took my first partial over here on this open fair value gap, second partial on this fair value gap, open fair value gap, then 2 more partial over this area, one on this first presented fair value gap, and then I got stopped out because it came back a lot. So that was my idea of this Friday's trade. Very easy. We took out sell side, we took out relative equal highs, buy side, we tapped into an important fair value gap, we saw rejection, and then there was an inverse fair value gap, and then we took the targets on the downside. As easy as it gets. Okay, now let's talk about the economic calendar in the upcoming Monday. So for the upcoming Monday, I see that we have an open hourly fair value gap over here, and then we also have a daily fair value gap up there. So I'm bullish for Monday. I want to see it tap into this fair value gap over here and the daily fair value gap, and then I would like to see some rejection from there. Overall, I'm bearish for the week, so that's what I'm looking at. You see, okay, so we have Monday trading day, Tuesday trading day. Even though there are no news, we can trade them because we have FOMC on Wednesday. We will not be trading in the morning session, but we will be trading in the PM session if I have the time. But that's what I think. Thursday is a trading day because we have back news, and then Friday is a low probability day, but we will see if we can find a setup. Overall, I'll be trading on all of those days, hopefully, but I would not force a setup on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. I would trade, but I would not force a setup. If I can't find any setup, I would not trade. FOMC, I will trade around 2:45 to 3:15. That is the best time to trade during FOMC. So with this, thank you for watching, and You can find the link to this PDF in the description, and I will post it in my Discord as well. Thank you.